June 19th, 2022. Hello everyone, this is Bill Apter down here in Apter's Alley, and another one of these segments that I absolutely hate doing. As you know, the other day I reported on the passing of referee Dave Hebner. Unfortunately, today I am reporting on the death of another referee who did a lot more than refereeing as well in the WWF, WWE. His name was Tim White. And Tim was an exceptional person. So, off the business thing for a minute. I traveled with him periodically from a few towns with some of the other guys in the old WWF days, and just a great sense of humor, very upbeat, and nice to everybody. Nice to everybody. There was not one wrestler, promoter, or anyone who didn't light up and just love this guy. He was absolutely he was fabulous. He really was. In the business, beside refereeing, let me get this down here. He was the road agent for this guy, for Andre the Giant, and a personal confidant of Andre, one of his best friends. He was the guy that many times brought Andre from town to town, set up various hotels, and took care of Andre and Andre's needs on the roads. Made sure that Andre was well taken care of. Whatever he needed, Tim would always oblige. But they became such great best friends. But Tim was also best friends with so many of the other people in the business. Again, everybody really adored this guy. And if you see a lot of the documentaries about Andre the Giant, you will always see Tim White as one of the people talking about Andre the Giant. In the ring, he was one of those referees that you knew all the wrestlers totally respected. Yeah. I mean, and he was one of these, he was very non-controversial. He wasn't looking to be that guy out front in the middle of the match so he could get seen on TV. He just did his job, and he loved what he did. And so many of the wrestlers and the younger referees just learned so much from Tim White. He was just fantastic. One of the referees who was around from the beginning of Tim's career was Danny Davis. You remember him as an excellent referee for the WWF back then, and then he turned evil. But anyway, he's a good friend of mine, and everybody knows Danny Davis. Danny, what was your reaction when you heard about the unexpected death of Tim White?
Well, let me tell you something. Tim White was a very close friend of mine. It brought tears to my eyes. And it's like losing a family member, He was very, very close to me. He lived one town over from me. We spoke a lot. We ran into each other a lot of times. And it was a funny thing. Just a couple of weekends ago, someone called me. My daughter called me and had a friend over and said he was a friend of Tim White's and that I know Tim White. I said, of course. I speak to him all the time. And then no more than 10 days later, read that his demise. It's just heartbreaking. First Dave Hebner, and then I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's always so shocking, when you hear someone from wrestling has passed, whether it be a wrestler or something like that.
Well, he was more than a wrestler, of course. He was like the guy, as I was talking on the After Chat here a few minutes ago. He was the guy who the road agent for Andre the Giant.
Yes, I took over for him when he left for Andre. As everyone knows, I was or doesn't know, I took care of Andre for about 5 or 6 years myself after Tim left.
Okay.
That was even made us even closer because a lot of times we would Andre would call him and we would have three-way conversations. It's just so heartbreaking. I don't know what to say.
What about what was your most favorite time with Tim?
Oh, well, of course, being in the WWF. I mean, we traveled the road together. I give you a quick story how I met him. We were in Providence Civic Center, and his father came down to the Providence Civic Center. That was before, it opened. And he came in the back way, and I was standing there, and I said, "What can I do for you, sir?" I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was. And he says, "I'm looking for Tim White." I says, "You have to go around the front and buy a ticket. You can't come back here." And he goes, "I'm here. I want to speak to Tim White." I said, "Look, I don't give a damn about Tim White. Oh, you get it. Go around the front and get a ticket." And he started to get really, really mad. He said, "Oh, let me tell you something. If I ever told Tim what you just said to me, he would."
That's hysterical.
He was getting really angry, and of course, I saw Tim walking down the hallway towards the doorway, and when Tim came out, I said, his father said, "Do you know this son of a bitch?" And he goes, we had a big laugh about it. So
that's hysterical.
And Tim would tell that story to everybody we saw when we were together. But
that's hysterical.
Just memories of Tim. So that's one of the stories. But the last time I saw him, we were both going to WrestleMania 32, I think it was, down in Texas. And that was the last time we flew together. But, I mean, in the interim, he owned a little, the Friendly Tap over here in Cumberland, and he sold that. And
his bar, his restaurant. Yeah.
Yes, his bar. Yes.
Yeah, all the guys used to hang out there. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to go over there after we did the Providence Civic Center, and I used to go visit him and say hi to him and stuff like that. And we were, like I say, we were close.
Yeah. Well, thank you so very much, Danny, for sharing your stories on.
Well, I want
Tim.
to give condolences to his family, and I don't know. I am in shock.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
Yes, sir.
So had you heard if he was ill or anything, or?
No, I know he wasn't ill. No, he wasn't ill at all. As far as I know, I mean, as I say, the last time I spoke to him, he was in good spirits, and this person that I referred to there earlier that asked me if I knew Tim White, and I said it was 10 days ago, and I said, how is Tim? And he, I haven't seen him in like 6 months. And he said he's doing great, and that's the last thing I heard.
Unbelievable.
It's
Danny,
unbelievable.
Thank you so very much, and
Bill Apter, anytime for you, my friend.
Right, and listen, I'm gonna call you one of these days on an after chat. We'll catch up on what you're doing these days.
Please do.
Thank you, Tim, and for everybody watching here on the.
Tim, it's Danny.
Oh, I did say Tim, didn't I? All right.
Well, he's in your thoughts and in your heart, brother.
He is, and it was a slip of the tongue. And usually I would edit something like that out, but I just got home after a wonderful time on Father's Day with my family, and
nice.
and I came home and I started getting texts and calls from people about Tim White. So he's been the premier person on my mind at this point.
And if you find out anything further, please let me know.
Oh, of course I will. So that was Danny
I'll
Davis.
do the same for you.
All right, I know you will. Danny, thank you so very much. And this is Bill Apter, and rest in peace, our dear friend, Tim White.